other wicked kingdom was Babylon, and the scripture compare this place just as the wickedness of Babylon too. Babylon the Great is what they call it, or the Great Whore. You know. I'm gonna get to Genesis 11 and 1, and this is the King James 1611 edition with the Apocrypha included, because it is part of the Holy Scriptures. This is Genesis chapter 11, verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language, and that was the Hebrew language. In this Bible, I'll show you. What does that say? Language. It has a mark by it. When you go and look at that mark, it says Hebrew lip, or words. So the whole earth at one point in time spoke Hebrew, or the Lashawan Kodash, which is the holy tongue. And of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they dwelled there, and they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, or come on, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach into heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And there are three classes of men on the earth. You have the sons of God, which through the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were transitioned into the Israelites after Jacob, when he changed his name to Israel. You have the sons of man, which are the heathen nations, and then you have the wicked, which is Esau, the so-called white man. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, or come on, let us go down there, confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel. And that word Babel just means confusion, the land of confusion. Because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So the Lord is not with everybody coming together on one accord. From the beginning, he separated nations and gave them all their own land. So what does that tell you? The Lord is not with integration. The Lord did not create everybody to be mingled and mixed in and living and no, he didn't create that for all that. Each different nationality of people had their own way of doing things. They had their own spirit. They have their own customs, and the heathens, they have to make false idols and false gods to see and to worship, because they want to be like us, which we had the supreme power of the universe to worship, but we didn't need to see him. He's too powerful for that. And another thing that lets you know that this place is fashioned after Babylon. All the skyscrapers. Look at every major city around this country. You have a tall skyscraper. You have the Empire State Building. You had the Twin Towers. And you had the Sears Tower, I believe, in Chicago. They slipped my mind, but even around the world, you have buildings and monuments that stretch up into the heavens. Breaking different atmospheres. And it all go back to Babylon. They were the first to do that, and trying to build a portal into heaven. And the Lord cut their ass down and scattered the languages so they couldn't come together and do that shit. Showing you that the Lord is not with all of that. When you build, you're supposed to build only, I believe, 3 stories. If I'm not mistaken, 20 cubits. And that has changed because we've gotten smaller in stature. And the scripture said that the Lord was going to make man of a lesser stature. And everything has gotten smaller over time. Everything has gotten smaller. Showing you that everything gets diminished over time. Your bodies. Anything you build is going to be diminished over time. So the Lord got a bone to pick with this place, and I'm gonna get into the little judgment that was prophesied to come on this place. This is Isaiah the 47th chapter. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. This is the daughter of Babylon because it fashioned itself after that. And everything is feminine compared to the Most High, because he's the extreme toxic masculinity, as you fucking feminists say, and you feminist supporters. The Most High, Yahweh, is supreme masculinity. So I want to see you tell him that about toxic masculinity, because he's on his way back. He gonna show his hand real soon. And it's saying virgin daughter because America has not been touched. There has been no invasion of America. No army has penetrated America's soil. So that's why it's called the virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. And the Chaldeans were like The Chaldeans are would be the astrologers, scientists of that time. And just like today, a lot, these scientists for the most part and astrologers, they fascinated with the creations, more than the creator. But yeah, what was okay, yeah. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, because like shaming a woman, you uncover her hair. Make bare the leg, like how women of the older times, they would cover up themselves, So this is basically like stripping and making these falsehoods bare, uncovering the lies of this place. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name. That's the Lord of war. For all you Christians that believe the Lord is all love, no. He's coming with the sword. And what do you do with a sword? You slice and you dice shit. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. For our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, is his name. The Holy One of Israel, or Yasher Allah. Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. And what statue is in New York or Manhattan, I believe? The Statue of Liberty. In Babylon, they had a statue of the same thing called the Lady of Liberty. And France sent that statue over here to mark the new Babylon. Verse 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. So our captivity was from the Most High. He has polluted his people and put us into these wicked nation and heathens' hands for our disobedience and transgressions of the laws. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, hast thou very heavily laid the yoke. And if you type in the word, the phrase yoke of iron, what are you going to see? Negroes with yokes of iron on their neck and shackles. So, we are these people. We are the Israelites. Whether whoever wants to believe and whoever tries to, say it's made up and, you Henry Davis, the Lord going to get your ass. Oh, yeah. You making fun of your heritage and history, too, whether you know it or not. Or you could be a terror. You could be a fucking heathen from another nation, But it ain't going to be funny when you got a hot missile in your ass. Verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither neither didst remember the latter end of it. Let me get verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, and dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come up on thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. So all that witchcraft and wickedness, the Hollywood, the satanic blood sacrifices, all the wickedness and evil shit, the worshiping of the Baphomet, all that. You gotta pay for that shit. And the Most High gonna make you pay. And it's coming. Though it tarry, it may not tarry. So it's coming. I'm gonna grab a scripture in Psalms to show you that we are those descendants that come from the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm gonna read this and let me know if this sounds familiar. By the river of Babylon, there we sat down. This is this is Psalms 137. By the river of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion or Jerusalem. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song. And they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. Didn't the slave masters require a song of our ancestors, in captivity? Oh, sing us one of those old Negro spirituals. It's the same thing as Psalms 137. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? So our ancestors, they were very aware that they were the Hebrew Israelites. They were very aware of the sacredness of the Hebrew tongue, of the Lashon Kodash, and they just didn't coon and sing and dance for their oppressor. But you look today, these Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, they willingly sing and dance for their oppressor. Verse 5, if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. That means destroy it, tear it down. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So they knew that payback was a righteous thing. They knew that, forget it. They said, I want my tongue to cleave to the roof of my mouth if I forget Jerusalem, or if I forget my homeland, if I forget my heritage. And you know, people gonna say whatever, but and the proof is in these scriptures, man. You know, and if you ain't have nobody teaching and showing you the correct way, it's no excuse now. You got the internet. You have the honorable men of great millstone, the apostles and the elders that come out risking their life and freedom to push this word and to wake up the elect of our people. You know, we're not concerned about you 2/3 because y'all just fit for destruction anyway. Y'all not gonna repent. Y'all not gonna turn away from these wicked ways. Y'all not gonna come up out of this place. Y'all love it here. Y'all love being able to. They say this the free country, but you only free to commit moral wickedness. You not free to just go and walk out the store with some shit you want. You gotta pay for that shit. You not free to just sit back and, you know, just live off the land. You gotta pay for everything. You gotta pay for shit that's supposed to be free here. But y'all love it here because you can commit moral wickedness and feel you can get away with it. But the Lord see everything. The angels report everything to the Most High. So you're not getting away. But I just, you know, it came to mind, you know, about how they did the same thing in this American captivity. They require a song, sing a Negro spiritual, and the ancestors, you know, that came over here in captivity, they were speaking Hebrew. They were singing in Hebrew. Kumbaya, that's Hebrew for come by here. Swing low, sweet chariot. They're talking about the so-called UFOs that have been showing more and more activity now. Because we at that point where the Lord gonna make his return. And the angels are gonna, you know, help him wage war. You know? Independence Day, that movie was about the second coming. It wasn't about aliens, but you know, Hollywood put all this stuff in your face because they know you Americans are idiots and y'all not gonna catch on. And they sit back and laugh at you because you stupid and you don't look into nothing. You know, so yeah, that, you know, there's no excuse. You know, the truth is coming out. Whether you hear it or forbear, that's on your own ass. I'm gonna end it with Revelation 17 chapter. I know this video went a little long, but you know, it was just so much that I wanted to touch on, and the minutes don't fly by this fast at work. I'm telling you, when you're on the planet, they don't go by this fast. But you know, Salaki, it's a little long, but you know, it's people out here that don't understand, but they want to know, and they've never been told. So, you know, the Most High, he blessed certain men with understanding and a passion to teach this truth, and so, you know, I feel an obligation. You know, I'm gonna get to Revelation chapter 17, and I'm gonna end it with that. This is Revelation chapter 17. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore.